Redline has become more of an oversized brand, anywhere from 45 to 48, maybe even 52 millimeters. We've established some automatics in the collection, and we've also done a lot of details with red accents on the crown, red accents on the bezel. The idea is that the reward outweighs the risk. People that are into the auto industry, working on their cars, gearhead type of guys that basically get together, but then they see a correlation from their vehicle to this watch, because the watches that we're designing, they're so raw in their forms, almost kind of like an engine block. That's kind of like how I design. I see an engine block, I see a cylinder, and I see these pieces in their bare metal, and I try to translate that into some of the watches, even though we eventually have to make it look like a watch, but that's where it all starts. The first step to the design process, we do some trend boards, and we basically take our trend boards and we dive right into doing sketches. This sketch process could take anywhere from 1 to 2 days, depending on how many brands we're focusing on in that design cycle. There's a process of elimination once you get into sketching. Some things are not feasible, some things are too kind of far out though, but I always tell the designers, including myself, is I'd rather go out, all the way, to the moon, is how I kind of describe it, and then we could bring back and be able to do something that's actually feasible, it's in the price point, and it's going to appeal to the mass market. After we go through the process of elimination in the sketches, we go into what we call the watch line art process, as well as the watch mechanical. What the watch mechanical entails is that we basically are providing very detailed drawings for the factory. What we do is we do side views, we make sure that we're properly illustrating the watches, the bezel, the case back, the strap details, if it's a double injection molded strap, if there's a lot of components to the watch, like the crown, the pushers, the finishes, whether it's black, whether it has this PMS color. When we do that, we package it all together and it gets sent out to the factory for quotation. While quotations are being reviewed, we get together, all three designers, and we look at our COBs. If we have 10 to 15 projects, we start looking at our trends that we created at the beginning of the process and figure out, is blue the next hot color? Is emerald green the next hot color? Are we going to be doing a white story with rose gold? This is where we basically determine that. We start doing colorways, and basically we'll put together a collection anywhere from 8 to 10 SKUs. After we've prepared the colorways, what we do is we do send them to the factories. Between this time that we're waiting, it's technically 15 to 30 days that we're waiting for cosmetic samples. They're the first actual samples that we're going to receive based on the artwork, like from sketching to actual line art to watch mechanical. So it's a very exciting time for myself and for the designers on the team, because you get to see the product really come to life. As we review the cosmetic samples, we're towards the end of the process, basically the design process, and we're approaching pre-production samples and mass production. This normally takes 60 to 90 days to actually deliver the mass production product, and then when it's delivered, it gets received into our receiving warehouse, and then from our receiving warehouse it goes to descriptions. From descriptions it goes to imaging, and from imaging it is in our company-owned sites as well as our World of Watches TV show.